Longtime San Diego developer and billionaire Doug Manchester is stepping down from his run for ambassador to the Bahamas. One America's Pearson explains how partisan politics, biased media, and personal attacks on his home have forced the businessman to drop out.
San Diego developer and longtime businessman Doug Manchester is stepping down from his bid to become the next U.S. ambassador to the Bahamas. The United States has gone without an ambassador to the island nation since 2011, and now, amid partisan infighting, it looks like the post will be vacant for a while longer. Manchester has been awaiting confirmation for nearly 3 years, while Democrats in the Senate do everything they can to obstruct him. But their opposition hasn't been about Manchester's qualifications. Instead, he's been targeted simply because he supports and was nominated by President Trump.
There is a tremendous amount of hatred from senatorial Democrats against our president. And they've done everything they possibly can to block my confirmation and others. It's really a travesty that we're not putting America first and having an ambassador there as opposed to trying to block a political opponent.
Manchester did donate to President Trump's campaign and has been a vocal ally of the president, but also has considerable experience for the role of ambassador to the Bahamas. Not only does Manchester have a home in the Bahamas, but for years he has personally donated substantial time, effort, and money to help support the Caribbean nation. Most recently, during Hurricane Dorian, Manchester spearheaded relief efforts in the Bahamas, using his private jet to deliver emergency supplies to the victims of the storm. While President Trump authorized tons of humanitarian aid, Manchester worked on the ground with local authorities to help bring food and water, medicine, and clothing to the island.
The American people need to come together, both private and government, to do everything we possibly can to continue to be aligned and joined in the hip politically, strategically with the Bahamian government.
But thanks to stubborn opposition from radical Democrats like Senator Bob Menendez, the ranking member of the Senate Foreign Relations Committee, Manchester has been denied his confirmation. Menendez, himself mired in controversy, including allegedly hiring underage prostitutes from the Dominican Republic, as well as an indictment on federal corruption charges, actually claimed that it was Manchester who was unqualified for his position. But in a time of devastation, Manchester's longtime history as a veteran developer make him a prime candidate to lead recovery efforts in the Bahamas. And without a strong leader and support from the U.S., the communist Chinese are moving into the Bahamas, establishing a foothold right on America's doorstep. Sitting just 50 miles off the coast of Florida, the Bahamas is prime real estate for the Chinese and is right in the middle of one of the most heavily trafficked shipping lanes in the world. And now, just a few miles east of Palm Beach, China is building a massive new shipping port, a strategic location which could be used for military vessels and even submarines.
The last thing we want in the Commonwealth of Bahamas, a great country that's 50 miles from our shore, is a Chinese nuclear subbase.
Manchester has also made significant financial sacrifices pursuing the position, putting his own businesses on the line and selling off major assets to focus his attention on helping the Bahamas. And now, in addition to opposition from Democrats as well as renewed attacks from the media, Doug Manchester is facing personal attacks, with an arsonist actually setting fire to his home in San Diego. Although the attack failed, Manchester said that the mounting assaults are too much and that his family and their safety are more important than becoming ambassador. While Doug Manchester has given up a lot to help the Bahamas, for radical Democrats like Bob Menendez, those sacrifices mean little. In the end, all the Democrats have done is open the door to the Bahamas to the communist Chinese and left the Bahamian people without the support they desperately need.
Show your love for the Bahamian people. They're our neighbors, and they need your help now, not later.
Pearson Sharp, One America News.
Want to see more videos like this? Click on the link below and subscribe to One America News on YouTube, and call your cable provider and kindly demand that One America News is added to your lineup. Call and subscribe today.